Hey, what's going on, everybody? Grace and peace this morning. Shalom, shalom to everyone that may view this video. I just want to come before you today on this Sabbath. Happy Sabbath, by the way. I want to come before you today with just a few words of encouragement that I was looking at this morning while I was doing some reading. And I do believe that this is a word that we could use today, especially with everything that's going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. We have the economy has collapsed. We have this virus that's keeping everybody indoors. So there's a lot of things going on, not necessarily here in the United States, but there's also a lot of things going all over the world, all over the globe. It's not just the U.S. That is getting struck with economic disaster and the coronavirus. However, a little word of encouragement this morning I want to bring to you is coming from the book of Psalms, chapter 51, and we're going to start at verse 7. And before we get into this, I'm going to give you a little backdrop. Psalms 51 is the Psalms that was written when Nathan the prophet confronted David about his dealings with Bathsheba. And the story of David, Bathsheba, and her husband Uriah, that's a whole nother teaching. But today I want to focus on how do we get right when calamity is all around us. So starting at verse 7, here we have David saying, "Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow." Now, here, when you know you have done wrong, when you know you have went against the commandments that we were given from the Most High, when we realize that we have been disobedient to God, we get to a place to where it'll go good for a while, but then you'll get to a place where it seems like nothing's going right, nothing's happening positive. And here's the same thing that was happening with David. After David was confronted, he went to the Most High because he was convicted. And when it says purge me, that means to cleanse. And not only is he asking for a cleansing, but notice that he used the word hyssop. Hyssop is a plant that was used in biblical times. It was used as a medicinal agent, and it was also used as a cleansing agent. So sort of like a detox today. So here David is asking the Most High to cleanse him with hyssop, detox him, pull all toxins out of him. And it says, "And I shall be clean." So he's asking the Most High to pull everything that is toxic in his life out of him, all his inner natures that are the temptations that he may have. And he's saying, "And he shall be cleansed." He shall be clean. And not only is he asking to be cleansed and to have a detox, he's also saying, "Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow." So, even though we go through a detox, even though we put our body through a detox, what we put into it after we become clean is just as important as the detox itself. We can ask the Most High, we can ask God the Father to cleanse us. We can ask him to purge us with hyssop. We can ask him to whatever he chooses to use. However, what we put back in after we're cleansed is just important, and just as paramount is what was brought out of us, the miraculous change that was brought out of us. For example, let's say I had toxins in my body and I want to take a detox and have it cleansed out of my body. Okay, now if I go back after I'm detoxed, if I go back and put let's say pork, anything that is unclean, if I eat that, then I'm the only thing I'm doing is dirtying up what the Most High has cleaned up. Now, so that's why David said, "Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean." We know that hyssop was a cleaner, and it was for medicinal and religious uses. Now, wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. What does this mean? Is he talking about baptism? No. What he's talking about is being washed with the water of the Word. The Scriptures has a way of getting inside of us and cleaning us out. It's sort of like a deeper cleaning than what forgiveness may bring. Okay, so when we go through our detox, and after our period is over with, we get to a point where we want to be washed. Now, when we become washed with the water of the Word, it's about what goes back into us that helps us remain clean. The detox is a cleaning, but when you get washed with the Word, it is a deeper cleaning. Now, and we goes on to say, verse 8, "Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice." When you are in a state of disarray, when you're in a state of dysfunction, you should not be. This is not a happy place. When you got things going on in your life, and you could say, "Oh well, we need to rejoice, and everything will be all right." However, you're not coming to terms with what has transpired. A lot of us want to go out there and do our dirt, and we want to come back with a little halfway prayer, and we think that we're still in a place of good standing with the Most High. No, here David is telling us, "Purge me with hyssop, I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that thy bones which thou hast broken may rejoice." So this right here is telling us that until we come to a place to where we see our mess, until we come to a place where we see that we need the help of the Most High, we can't hear. There is no gladness in our bones. We may be happy. Happiness is a temporary thing. Gladness is a little bit more permanent. That the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Now, that is a metaphor for the pain that has been caused. Because here, once again, in order for us to even become to a level where we want to be clean, we have to come to a place where we're not in denial and that we need the help of the Most High. And here David is saying, "Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice." After we get to a level of conviction to where we ask the Most High to forgive us, to clean us up, to purge us, once again we can hear joy and gladness. We could hear from the Most High. We could understand His plan in our lives, and He can heal the pain that was caused through and by our actions. Verse 9 says, "Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out mine iniquities. Father, David is saying, Father, when you purge me, when you allow me to hear joy and gladness, when you repair the pain and the damage that I caused, hide your face from my transgressions. Please don't bring them up no more. I know I done wrong. And then it says, and blot out mine iniquities. Because everything that we do is written. It's written in the book. It's written in the book. And David is saying, hide your face from my sins. Don't look at them. And blot out mine iniquities. I know I messed up. But Lord, you're able to give me, you're able to bring me back to a place of good standing. Now, and verse 10, and this is not going to be a long live. I just want to go over these few verses. Create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit within me. Now, when David is asking God to create in him a clean heart, it's not that David didn't have a heart. It's just that things had crept in his heart. So what David is asking God for right now is to create in me a clean heart, a morally, ethically correct heart, an obedient heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Our nature, by us being in this flesh, it's going to take the Most High to maintain our spirit. It is going to take the Most High to create in us a clean heart. It is going to take for the Most High to hide his face from our iniquities, which is lawlessness, by the way. Now, after we become purged, we come to a place of forgiveness. After we come to a place of forgiveness, we begin to hear from the Most High. After we begin to hear from the Most High, then the pain that was caused can be healed. And as we go on, we should be so embarrassed and so ashamed about the things that the Most High brought us from that we shouldn't even want him to see it. And when we get to that level, we ask the Most High, create in us a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit. Faith without works is dead. David had faith that the Most High would restore him. David had faith that the Most High would cleanse him. David had faith that the Most High would make him and allow him to be full of joy and gladness. David had enough faith to realize that the pain that he had caused, God could heal. David had enough faith that he knew that only the Most High could blot out all his iniquities. But the works in the whole thing was asking to create in him a clean heart and renew a right spirit. We could have the faith that the Most High could do all things on one hand, but on the other hand, it is our responsibilities, it is our actions to not return back from the muck that the Most High brought us out of. Because remember, only a dog will return to his vomit. And with that, I say shalom, happy Sabbath, and be blessed.